For 10 years, the Achaean army had laid siege to Troy, conquering city after city, claiming the spoils of war. But now, a force far greater than any Trojan warrior had struck, a divine plague unleashed upon the Achaean camp. For 9 relentless days, death swept through their ranks. Men and beasts alike perished as the air thickened with the stench of decay. The cries of the dying echoed through the night, a grim reminder of the gods' wrath. The cause of this calamity lay not in battle, but in arrogance. Chryses, a Trojan priest, had come to the Achaean camp, pleading for the return of his captive daughter. Agamemnon, proud and unyielding, dismissed him with scorn. Desperate and humiliated, the priest turned to Apollo for vengeance. The god answered. By the 10th day, the army was in turmoil. A council was called. The seer Calchas revealed the only way to end the suffering. Agamemnon had to release the girl and offer sacrifices to the gods. Agamemnon refused without compensation. If he lost his prize, he would take another, one belonging to his own men. The words ignited Achilles' fury. He had fought, bled, and sacrificed for this war, and now Agamemnon sought to claim what was his. Injustice burned within him. The confrontation was inevitable. Words turned to threats. Achilles' hand moved toward his sword. Then, an unseen presence, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, intervened. A divine warning. Justice would come in time. Achilles relented, but his honor had been wounded. Agamemnon made his decree. Briseis, Achilles' prize, would be taken from him. The order was swiftly carried out. Agamemnon's men arrived, dragging Briseis away as Achilles stood motionless. His rage, once a burning fire, turned inward, cold, deep, and vengeful. He walked to the shore, away from the camp, and called upon his mother, Thetis. From the depths of the sea, she emerged. Achilles demanded justice, not through words, but through the ruin of the Achaeans themselves. And so, Thetis ascended to Olympus. Before Zeus, she made her plea. The mighty god hesitated, weary of mortal wars. But he owed Thetis a favor. His silence was his answer. Slowly, he nodded. The balance of war had shifted. Achilles' wrath would change everything. As night fell over Olympus, the gods slept in deep slumber. But Zeus was restless. How could he restore Achilles' honor while leading the Achaeans to disaster? The answer lay in deception. From the shadows, Zeus summoned a dark dream, shaping it into the form of a trusted elder, Nestor. Like a whisper on the wind, the dream drifted through the night and slipped into Agamemnon's tent. The king lay motionless, his face marked by the weariness of war. The dream leaned close, delivering Zeus' command. Troy would soon fall, but only if the Achaeans attacked at once. Agamemnon woke with a start. The words thundered in his mind. Without hesitation, he donned his embroidered armor and summoned his commanders. After 9 long years, Zeus had promised them victory. But then, Agamemnon did the unthinkable. He ordered a retreat. Chaos erupted. The Achaeans surged toward their ships, believing the war was over. Hera would not allow it. She sent Athena, who descended in a flash of fire and sought out Odysseus. The message was clear. The war was not over. Odysseus moved swiftly, running from ship to ship, commanding the soldiers to stand down. The army hesitated, divided, and then remembrance, a prophecy spoken years ago. The seer Calchas had foretold that Troy would fall in the 10th year. There could be no division. One final assault was needed. Agamemnon's fury burned. For 10 years they had suffered, fought, and bled. Now the war would end. Before battle, the Achaeans offered sacrifices to the gods. Blood seeped into the earth. Prayers rose to the sky. Each warrior knew that before the sun set, many would fall. At dawn, the Achaean army assembled on the fields of Scamander. Zeus fixed his gaze upon Agamemnon, filling him with unstoppable might. But Troy was not idle. Zeus sent Iris to warn Priam and Hector. The battle had begun. Hector gathered the champions of Troy, Aeneas, Pandarus, Sarpedon, warriors who would defend their city with blood and steel. As the first fighters stepped onto the battlefield, the earth trembled. And that day, the waters of Scamander ran red.